and it will literally change to green before their eyes.
Turn your child into an emperor.
Like,
Worshipper.
This is the
IRL.
conversation that we're having right before the stream starts. I love it.
Let me put my headphones
Children,
on.
the sky is magenta. Hello,
Hello.
I am Trisky. I
You
play
better-
Gizmek Skrapmangl da Gear-Turnah, and we are live, and Marius is here playing Sator.
Yes, you better teach your children to worship the emperor IRL.
I
Don't.
or Gorkin Mark.
It's fucks.
We also have
Uh.
Rogue Trader Holtz, played by Reaper Joe,
Hey,
who is also really tired, just like me. And we have our
Or
GM,
from
Dr. Six.
That's me.
Yep, and we have our most important addition, Gift of Orc from Warhammer 40k, Shoot Us Blood and Teeth.
Hey, we're still going into the Orkz ship. I'm leaving it.
Are we sponsored by a video game? Is it, because we're
No.
literally-
No, I
is
wish.
that exact scene.
I fucking
Right
wish.
It's just a gif of
It's a gif of
Orc
the
from
orc
that game.
rocking out from Blood and Teeth because they were
Hell
playing
yeah.
really loud rock music.
Yeah.
Also, you
So I added that to be appropriate.
for now maybe add Kronos character to the GM layer or something.
There's a lot of really good 40k games coming in the next couple of months.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have a Rogue Trader CRPG coming out.
yeah.
that-
I mean,
that's hot.
all right. Quick, everyone, say what you are interested in with the games.
all of them, kind of.
Yes.
Yeah, Darktide. You guys want to play some Darktide when it comes out?
Hell yeah.
Hell the
I
fuck
can-
yeah.
If my rig can handle it. My
Same.
Yeah, you need to upgrade your computer to keep
Well,
up
you
with all the
can
memes.
play it on like GeForce now if you need to. Just saying.
I
don't know if my computer can
I have no strong opinions one way or the other with GeForce Now because I'm running fucking 3080 Ti. I am not one to speak.
It's good. Like when I went to go visit my folks in Idaho, I couldn't bring my computer with me. I had to bring my little like Surface pad or whatever, and I was able to like play whatever I wanted on that thing for like what was it, like $5 a month for the premium or whatever. It was incredible.
I mean, if it's only like, do you need to also buy the game or only the $5?
Or you need to own the game in some
As
capacity.
long as you have the game in your library and the like publisher supports that transition, then you're allowed to do it.
All right.
So you don't have to like
we'll deal with it
it's not like,
when
it's not like Stadia or like all those other
Stadia.
really bad systems. Like they let you play the games that you own basically on like Epic and Steam.
yeah.
But if you're playing
Anyways.
Darktide through
Anywho.
Game Pass, maybe they won't allow that.
Yeah.
Anywho, shall we
Anyways,
revert our focus to tabletop games?
yes.
Tabletop games.
Also,
Barely
yeah,
know her.
maybe add Saphar to the GM layer and add him in later if he joins.
Huh? Oh.
Or yeah.
We got
Yeah.
a group of nerds charging into an orc rock to take it out. Is our current
Yep.
situation.
Yeah.
And
we've
Sator
got-
is on a barren fucking wasteland with 3 space marines.
Yeah, so we'll flip back and forth in perspective
Yeah.
between what's happening on the rock and what's happening with you and Victor Brom. And
Yeah.
his two brothers. What does before we go to the rock? Oh, let's do the rock first because they've been waiting, and then we'll go back to
Yeah.
Sator. Okay, so we've got Gizmek and Holtz and like a little crew of like veteran guardsmen, like all dressed up in like stealth camo gear, like they got like the black, like lines drawn on their face. They're wearing like all black outfits. They're ready for some like special forces shit,
Meanwhile, Holtz is in his normal rogue trader, like bright white attire, like all these glinting like gold and metal.
Well, of course, he's the
can-
main character.
Yeah.
He's allowed to stand
Yeah.
out, right?
Holtz
Is
can
back
be
in his
bothered
bright
to wear
red.
his power armor right now.
Yeah.
And Gizmek is flying this contraption that he put together. It's like a lighter,
Yeah,
but he's basically like stapled like armor panels all over it in an orky
Made it
way
look orky.
to fly under the radar.
Yeah, our goal was to make it look proper orky for this faction, so I got a lot of big yellow paint because we've established that's the Yellow Suns.
Bad moons.
Bad Moons.
Bad moons.
Bad moons.
I'm
Yeah,
mixing up Red Suns and Bad,
Bad
Moons.
moons.
Bad Suns.
Evil Sons.
And so, the ship is currently flying towards this rock, which is covered in all sorts of like yellow signs and billboards of like electric guitars, like spotlights sort of shining in every, like moving in every direction around it, like it's a big like concert, right? And even though you've destroyed every speaker looking object within the lighter to stop the sound, it's somehow still like permeates like the vacuum of space, and you can like feel the vibration on the outside of the flyer. So you can sort of hear it, even though you probably shouldn't. And it's got like a buzzing quality because it's sort of like it's coming in from like two cans connected by a string style communication system.
Holtz, I think at this point is just sitting in his chair with like his legs crossed, just like probably as calm as can be. Not because he's not concerned about like all of this happening. It's just that at this point, if something happens, there's not a whole lot he can do about it. So why worry?
Yeah, so you're sitting there and you're like watching your crew prepare, and one of them is like all done like cleaning his weapon, reloading it, making sure all his grenades are in check and everything. And he's sitting there near you, and you see him like start to like bob his head a little to like the sound of the music.
I turn one of my rings around and I just whack him upside the head on his helmet, but like,
oh sir, watch out there.
Keep your head on straight, soldier.
Yes sir. And then he stops. You look down to his like gear, and he's got like a short sleeve vest on, like a laser proof arm, like flak armor vest, but he's not wearing anything on his sleeves, and he's got his skin sort of like covered in like this like black smeary substance, but you can see beneath it on one of his arms like a tattoo of Gizmek on one of his arms.
Holtz doesn't say anything more. He just makes a mental note of having some re-education take place on his ship when he gets back.
I'm excited for this mission, sir. We get to see the incredible Gizmek in action. So excited.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Is Holtz just like saying all this through like gritted teeth? Like,
I mean, like, on the one hand, it's been a while since it's just been Holtz and Gizmek. So, like, on the one hand, this is like one of the first missions which is them two, like, painting the town red. But on the other hand, it's more like if it's through his gritted teeth, it's more that like his crew seems to be like more infatuated with Gizmek than him.
Yeah, like you would expect him to have like a tattoo of you on his arm, not a tattoo.
Exactly. That's the thing that's upsetting him.
One of the other veterans, finishes packing up his kit and comes over. Is like, yeah, I can't wait to. I've heard such great things about him, and he like puts his like leg up on a seat and then like tries to do up his boots, and in doing so, like pulls up his pants, and you can see like another tattoo of Gizmek on his leg. And so we just get like a slow pan in on Holtz's face as he like sees the second tattoo on the second soldier on his crew.
His eyebrow is twitching, that is the only tell that his crew would ever see that he is unsatisfied.
He's got like that Brock Sampson like eyebrow twist.
Yeah,
Nice.
exactly.
Meanwhile, Gizmek, you're gonna need to make me a pilot test with your like Orky bonus, because so you get like +1 die because you share a keyword to try and fly this lighter properly into the docking bay.
Alrighty, I'm just going to temporarily change the score to 3 so that it works properly. Actually, this I want to see how the fuck this actually works. So I'm going to do a modifier 1 because I have a 2 in that skill. Should roll 3.
Nice.
Damn!
Good
Damn.
roll. That's a good roll.
Should I already
very good
use
roll.
my wrath?
I mean, it's either that or we're getting shot
It's
at.
already going to be a complication no matter what, so that'll be fun.
Fuck it, I'm leaving it.
Okay, so Gizmek, you're coming in on you're flying around. You're getting into like you starting to like head bob to the beat as well. Up in the cockpit, all of your like instruments start to like fail one by one and transform into just like the like waveform of the rock, and you have a lot of trouble keeping the lighter like upright. Normally docking bays like will like they'll sort of help like a ship in and like lock it to the plate. But like Orc docking bays don't have any of that technology. You're just supposed to land, right? And so you come in a little hot, and you just like slam your ship into the docking bay at like, I don't know, like a couple 100 miles an hour.
That's
So,
just typical work procedure.
yeah. So the ship starts to rattle, and all the guardsmen in the back realize that the go time is near. And they all like buckle in, and I'm sure Holtz buckles in as well. And then the ship just like slams into the docking bay at like maximum velocity.
Here we go!
I'm gonna need the two of you to make me like some sort of like toughness check. Let's see, what's the best way to do that in this system?
I mean, we could just do a raw toughness.
Probably toughness.
I think it's supposed to be. Yeah, let's just say toughness. Let's do a toughness test for both of you guys.
Oh boy.
Difficulty 3.
I only have 2 die. Let's see. No, I'm
I'm not starting this with shit because I know I actually have a chance to do that, so I'm going to use my wrath.
Okay.
There we go. Another 2 successes.
Okay, so Gizmek, you see like the doggy be coming like real fast, and then you hit the deck, and the ship spins out across the deck, sparks flying in every direction. The ship is like rotating on its axis and spinning as it hits the deck, and so you like it spins around and around and around and around and around, and then slams into a wall. But your like heavily modified pilot's chair is just too comfortable, and you don't really feel it. Meanwhile, in the back, one of the guardsmen didn't buckle in properly and flew across the transport. He looks like he broke his neck. Holtz, you slammed your head like a little bit hard on the like the metal plating behind you.
Mhm.
And you've got like a mild concussion. So you're gonna have a +1 difficulty to every test for the near future.
Holtz, in typical rogue trader fashion, looks back to the rest of his crew.
Why did you let this happen?
Yeah,
Still excited to watch Gizmek in action.
That was a bit of a rough landing, sorry, Gitz, but here's the show.
Two of them go, yeah, and like jump up, and the rest of them jump up as well, and they like go to clear the landing site.
Holtz just kind of like sets his jaw, just mildly annoyed at the whole thing, and then
Gizmek
eventually like
steps out
puts
of-
his helmet back on and
Yeah, so
Steps out.
you guys get out of the lighter. The lighter is like fucked. Like it's like totally destroyed on the outside. The engines don't work. They're like sputtering.
You still use that for scrap metal.
And there's no way you're gonna get off the ship on this thing. You're gonna have to find some other way off. The docking bay you find yourself in is fairly abandoned. That was like one of the positives of this particular docking bay. It seems like all of the orcs and the gremlins are off doing something else somewhere else on the rock.
well, Gizmek, these are your people. This is your show, though.
Yeah, assuming you don't want to get into scrap immediately and do something better. The fact that we crashed the ship probably gonna bring some of them here. We might want to get moving.
Right. Well, I just wanted to remind you, Gizmek, that I believe your Death Dread needed some certain parts.
Oh yeah.
Since we're here, if you
Oh yeah. Don't
find
worry. I
anything
haven't
useful,
forgotten.
well, I just thought I'd remind you. After all, I do miss seeing that thing in action.
Out of character, I fucking actually did forget. So thank you.
The lighter is spewing out quite a lot of smoke. We actually see we get like a shot of the like outside of the rock. The docking bay is in like the mouth of like a bad moon like structure. It's like painted yellow, and like out of the mouth, it looks like the bad moon is smoking. As like smoke like pours out into space from this like docking bay. It doesn't really seem to make any sense. You'd think that like a force field would stop the smoke from leaving the docking bay, but from like looking out, like you've seen like you've seen from like the inside of a docking bay how like the stars look like distorted by the warp field. There's no warp field on this docking bay, but like the atmosphere seems to remain no matter what.
Lacking safety procedures, no proper stuff. Yeah, that seems orky to me.
Holtz has learned long ago not to question orc features.
Yeah, you can see like one of the soldiers like looking out at the docking bay door and being like, but how?
Don't question it,
Don't
bud.
question it.
When the orc tells you to not question something.
Just
And
I
then
imagine
he just,
Gizmek just like gestures for Holtz to come closer.
Uh-huh.
Like in a small conversation, like Gizmek's greatest attempt at a whisper in like Holtz's ear, he's just like, why do they keep drawing myself on him?
That they seem to like you, Gizmek.
You me grot. All right. Just walks along.
I mean,
just like
orcs have
shaking his head.
tattoos too. They've got more tattoos than humans do.
Well,
but
yeah.
like, they don't. Do they draw like their
They draw,
own?
like, their war boss on their on their arm.
Yeah, but normally the very crude things. It's just like, why do they have like almost perfect recreations of my face? Oh no.
That's funny. Yeah. So you're in this docking bay. There doesn't seem to be any like alarms going off. It's just you got this smoking wreck right next to you. So
All right, what are like our doorways out of this that we can see?
Yeah, so there's like a number of like hallways that seem to enter further into the structure. Would you know sort of how Bad Moons like organize their
Bad Moons
their
explicitly
roster?
no, but general orc organization, yes.
Okay.
I don't think they would really taper off too much. The main thing of Bad Moons is just that they're rich bastards.
Yeah. Do you have any like preference of places you'd like to try to end up at, or something like
Well,
that?
first things first, if we want to get these guys taken care of, we may want to, stop the thrusters.
So the reactor.
Yeah. Or the big red button. You could just break that.
Yeah, that'd be like up in the main, like the main
The bridge.
bridge. Yeah. There's probably like a
Secondarily,
structure up at the top of the rock, sticking up straight up.
secondarily, as this thing is slowly projecting towards the enemy planet, we got an issue with the fact that they probably have 20 billion gazillion guns strapped to the front. Might want to blow up their munitions or something.
Okay. So take out the big red button, take out the munitions.
Yeah. To be honest, the munitions in the long run won't matter much because the impact's gonna be zogging huge either way, but
How many
we
melt
can
bombs
lessen.
did we bring, gentlemen? Just the one?
Sorry, say that again.
How many melted bombs did we bring? I'm pretty sure we just brought the one, right? For like the explosive charges.
Narratively, you can have as many as you want.
Okay.
Like as long because you brought like say you brought like 5 guys and this little stealth crew, right? One of them's dead, so you probably have like you could probably carry like 2 melta bombs on the lot of you.
Yeah. So 2 melted bombs. So we can take out both of those.
Gizmek, when you get out into the docking bay, I need you to make me a resolve test.
Resolve.
Difficulty 2.
Resolve. There it is.
Should be the same as your willpower, unless you have like bonuses, so whatever.
Yeah, willpower -1, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I crank a couple glory into this? Because actually, we don't have a glory. We don't carry it over.
Yeah.
All right. Joy, this is gonna be rough. I only have 1.
Yeah, you need a 6.
Oh, okay. I'll
Yay.
just casually do that then.
Yeah, just casually get a 6. So as you're standing in this docking bay, it seems to be like sonically dampened from all the rock music, but you can hear this like very high pitched whine at the very like tip top of your hearing, and it seems to be like pervading this entire structure. In fact, the entire like asteroid. And it tries to trigger something within your mind. It tries to trigger death and destruction and war and looting and all the things that orcs love, and like kick that drive up to 1,000, and you can feel that drive being driven, like trying to pull you down to the planet.
Okay.
So
we
you
may want to
like
change our tact.
You like stagger like a little bit, but you manage to like shake off, like maybe you like grab one of the armor panels that falls off of the lighter and like bash your head against it a couple of times.
Yeah, that's literally what I was thinking. So Holtz just turns and sees me just go, bash.
And like the pain manages to like keep the sound from triggering you into a rage. Yeah. So go ahead.
Holtz doesn't question any of this. He's an orc. He's going to do orky things. Just wants to keep moving.
I take the armor plate and just like toss it into like the wall nearby, and then I just turn to the other side, just like, okay, they got something fancy going on. You know how we said Soot to take care of that beacon thing?
Uh-huh.
Seems like they got something on here with touching the beacon from space. We might want to go crump that. I think it's just like licks his finger and holds it up as if he's trying to gauge the wind. That way.
Give me a tech test. See if that makes sense to you in your head.
No matter what he says, that way, but whether or not it's right is dependent on this tech test.
Does he get his orc bonus or whatever?
In this case, no, because it's not orc
right.
tech that he's teching on.
Oh, really? Interesting. Okay.
This is with the fucking
this.
weird thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know about it yet, though.
Yeah, the only thing that I know is that it could be Necron
Oh yeah,
connected.
telling it. You gotta get
Nice.
it.
7 successes.
Yeah. So you think about this for a while, but you know that like orcs are already driven by all these things. They don't, but they're typically not like taken towards like a particular world. That sort of just happens naturally. So this is
All right.
probably.
I'm
This
going
is
to be
probably
honest with
the-
you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold up just a moment. I don't think that readjusted properly because it's only supposed to be 5 die that I roll with that.
Oh, there you go.
So for the first one, just take the. I did get like 4 successes,
5.
but
Yeah.
no, on
1,
the first
2.
one, 6.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 die. The first 5 die were 1, 6, 5, 1, 5. So that's 4 successes. Do it as if it's that, please.
Okay, but you got a 1 on the
No, like the first
No,
one.
the first roll that I did, I'm just saying take the first 5 dice as if that's the roll because the last 4 should
Oh,
be
I see.
there.
Gotcha. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4.
So
Yeah,
it's
okay, you got a
it's
5 and
a 1, a 6, a 5, a 1, and a 5. So it's
Got it. Okay, gotcha.
4
gotcha.
successes.
Okay, so that's enough to know that this is probably what's affecting. That's probably what drove this rock here in the first place. This is probably the beacon's effect upon the asteroid, not specifically something on the asteroid itself. If you catch my drift.
Can you repeat that once again because I started typing something to you guys and I got distracted.
So this frequency sound is likely not like an orc thing. It's probably the effect of the beacon on the asteroid itself.
Okay,
and
so
that's what drove the orcs here in the first place.
So the thing that was affecting Gizmek is on the planet currently. And
yeah, so because like
gotcha.
this is happening simultaneously with
Yeah.
With Sator's mission. So in like the time frame, he hasn't quite destroyed it yet.
Gotcha.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So backtracking a little bit instead of like we have to go destroy whatever it is. It's just like, yeah, I really am sent to get care of that bacon real quick because it's making me right angry.
Well, channel that anger against the enemy, Gizmek. We have business to take care of. Now, which way are we
trust
heading?
me. Trust me, these are bad moons. I want all their teeth. Let's go. He just starts pointing in a general direction that he assumes is the direction of the generator because as far as he remembers when he came in the ship, that was towards the rear.
Generator, got it. Okay, cool. So
yeah,
give
like
me,
the engineerium generator or whatever powers the thrusters.
Okay, give me an investigation check with plus 1 die.
Should be that.
Sick.
Ooh,
Okay.
3 successes and a glory.
Okay, so give me 1 second. I'm gonna give myself a water. I feel like
I hate that. Okay. Doesn't matter anyway.
1 second, guys.
He's gonna go get some water. Yeah, so what I have learned, as I typed in the thing, is yes, I did put in the modifier, and yes, it should have been 5, but if I type it in and I don't proceed to click off of that box, it doesn't update.
Yep.
So it should have been this, which would have been damn it.
I mean,
all right, we're gonna keep the first one because the first one was 3 successes and a glory, but
yeah, hey, that's still really funny.
Yeah, so that's why when it was set up before for doing the this is to explain to the chat what was going on while he's gone. When I was doing the tech check before, I had my total set to 9 because I didn't know how the fuck this worked properly before. And so that was what I had set up because most of the time I was doing Orky based tech checks and it doubles my rank. But I lowered it down to 5 because that's what it should be because the only thing assisting me with tech is like the Omni tool on my Mechadendrite at this point. But I didn't click off of that box, so it didn't update it from 9 to 5, and so it still rolled 9.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then when I clicked off of the box and rolled it again, it did do 5. So yeah, that's something that we at least on Chrome for me right now, is what's happening. So I've got to remember that every single time I adjust things. But I do know how modifier and total and everything works, so I know when I'm going to be putting things and stuff. So I have learned. The orc learns.
All right, sorry about that. I think my
No worries.
caffeine like ran out. I just had like a wave of fatigue hit me. I needed
Oh, no
some
worries,
water
no worries.
real quick.
I just took the opportunity to explain the thing that I learned about the quirks of Roll20 there. We're still going to use the initial investigation roll, I would say, because we did that with the previous tech roll anyway. But what happened was I didn't click off of the modifier box after I typed it in, so it didn't take. So,
Oh yeah.
but I rolled another d6 anyway and got a 2, so it doesn't
You
matter.
can actually
It
roll
wouldn't
with
have done anything.
modifiers. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a modifier.
Yeah.
I just
There's a
learned that today,
modifier
too.
box in
Well,
the
I
dice
thought that
roller.
just didn't work. I didn't realize
Nope.
you had to like
You
click
have to
off
type it in and then click off of it for Roll20 to take it, and then it actually works. So that's what I'm going to
Wow.
be doing from now on instead of leaving my total.
You can
for
also
my text
choose
score as
not to
9.
roll a wrath die. You see where it says wrath
Yeah.
dice 1?
You can
Yeah,
choose
yeah.
one or you can choose multiple. Is the thing.
Yeah, that's if you need to do like a psychic test.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
me failing again to do.
Oh my. Certain psychic tests needs like 2 wrath dice on certain power levels. I'm pretty sure.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
and then
rolled
like
nothing but
That was
successes on
a
that.
really good roll. Too bad it was a joke roll. Fucking come
oh
on,
my
man.
god!
Fucking joke
incredible.
rolls, man.
That's incredible.
You're
Yeah.
gonna get
All right.
that once on your next roll only.
Yeah, I literally joke rolled with 5 wrath and got 3 6s, 4 5s, and a 4, and that would have given us 3 glory had it actually been real, but it was a joke. Anywho,
Yeah, so
we're back
when
to
you cast
the
a psychic
investigation.
power, you can choose what like level you want to cast it at. And if you choose to cast it at a higher level, you add extra wrath die to your roll, and if any one of them is a 1, you get a
Complication.
Psychic issue.
Yeah.
Phenomenon.
Perils of the Warp thing.
You also made it so that for Sator's teleportation, if I teleport like between fucking systems, I have to use multiple.
Yeah, you have to add extra wrath die in
Yeah.
there and get multiple.
I honestly really like how you balance that out.
Yeah, I thought that was good.
Yeah.
All right.
It's way more, that version of using the 6s is way more fun than complications and crits in my opinion, but anyways.
I agree.
Moving along.
The
investigation was still it was 3 successes, one of which was a glory. So we have 1 glory in our pool now.
I got somebody cutting the lawn outside, so it's really loud. All right.
We can't hear it luckily, so you're good.
Yeah, I've got the like NVIDIA like broadcasting. It's just I can't hear.
Oh
you
yeah,
guys.
that fucking black magic noise suppression.
Yeah. But it just means that I can't hear you at all when he goes past the window. Okay. So yeah, so you know exactly where to go. But the moment you open up the one of the bulkheads to move into the hallway, the music comes blaring out. Every single hallway has like these huge like armored speakers, and they're just blasting this music throughout the whole ship. And you know, it might be like hard to sneak around if you can't really hear the others. You can't hear the other orcs walking around. So it's gonna be like it's gonna be difficult to stealth around.
Same time, they
Well, it also
don't
means
hear
they're
you.
gonna have an issue hearing us. Yeah.
That's true. So maybe there'll be like a penalty to stealth, but they'll also have a penalty to their perception.
Yeah, basically, that sounds about right.
And yeah, so you start to move through the corridors. The like layout of this structure like literally doesn't make any sense. Like you're going down
Good.
like corridors that like dead end randomly. But when you like head back the other direction, like everything is like moved. Like it's like walking around Hogwarts inside the space station.
It's like if the orcs who built the place were drunk.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, lovely.
And eventually, you start to hear some like additional noise beyond the overall din of the rock music. You hear like somebody smashing, wrenches into metal. And you look around the corner and you can see the open hallway to the reactor area, which is this huge open area, typical in ships, where they have like this massive reactor structure in the center of it, and it's just covered in these the goblins, the gobos, and they're just
Gretchen.
like,
Gremlins, Gretchen.
the Gretchen, yeah, and they're just like smashing shit at random with giant like monkey wrenches.
Do I happen to see somebody who looks like the mech boy in charge?
Give me an awareness check at -1. Difficulty 2.
Okay,
Oh,
another glory,
another
thanks.
glory too, yeah.
And I did click off to make it work that time.
Nice. Yeah,
Great.
see, modifier, perfect.
Yeah, so for the modifier, just an FYI, you can't use the arrows because they don't fucking work. You have to manually type in -blank if you're going down from 0.
Okay.
That's a peculiarity of it too. But yeah, that is 3 successes and a glory.
So you managed to get a little further down the corridor, and you look out, and there's like these like stairs that go down into like the main pit of the reactor room, and you see a couple of I guess like apprentice mech boys messing around with the mechanics, and in the center of the pit with like his arms crossed with like a mechadendrite arm on his back is the Bad Moods mech boy in charge of the reactor room. He's got
Alrighty.
like all these like blue triangle tattoos all over him. He's significantly larger than the other like orcs in the pit that are working on various things. Randomly he'll like pick up one of the orcs that are working on something and then like yell at him while strangling him and like throw him to the ground and like tell him to get back to work. He's a beast.
Seems about right. Well, there's a bunch of blue marks all over him, but he ain't gonna be lucky for long. I'm gonna just like motion for everyone else to say and just casually stride up to this guy.
Motion for everyone to stay, or
Yeah, stay put. Stay out of sight.
Holtz lets Gizmek do his thing.
Well, you definitely don't want to like try to pick a fight in here. Like there's like hundreds of Gretchen and like maybe a dozen.
Yeah,
like
the ploy isn't to
apprentices.
just start a fight straight up. I'm going up to him and I'm just like, "Oi, get!"
Okay.
Just like sort of like bonk him on the back of the head and sort of like a get his attention kind of way, not a start a scrap kind of way. And then he just like
he spins around, and he's about the same size as you, I'd say. And like he yells back at you, in the same way. He goes, "Oh, what are you doing in here? You're not.
I'm here to get you where you're supposed to be, you dumb git. We need someone out front."
Okay. Give me a leadership check. Difficulty 4.
I have a
Leadership.
question.
You got it.
Yeah, it would either probably be leadership or intimidation, but in this situation,
My leadership is based on intimidation, so it's actually a total 6.
makes sense.
Yeah, so he's using his. That I specifically chose leadership because it's an orc versus orc thing.
Yeah.
And so he says, "What are you talking about?"
We're prepared to make impact, and you haven't fixed the dogging thing up in the deck. I can't see dogging anything. Well, I'll show you when we gets close.
What Zoggin thing? I haven't had anything added to the list. And he like holds up like a list of things.
Is it written on like bad paper kind of stuff?
It's written on like bad paper and like crayon. And it's like
All right.
and-
Gizmek's
and
reaction.
also-
the only thing on the list is like in bad crayon. It just says like that power thing.
I grab the list from him really quickly and rip it apart. I don't give a crud about your Zogan list.
But
Get up there.
but the list.
The list is ripped in pieces now. It means nothing. Get up to the bridge.
All right, I'm gonna need you to make another leadership check, but this one only is difficulty 3.
Hey.
Okay. So he looks confused. He like grabs one of his like apprentice orcs and says, "Why didn't you tell me there was something broken on the deck?" And the orc's like, "Oh." And then he like grabs him and like drags him up the stairs up to that corridor that the rest of you are sort of hiding in. What do you order, Holtz?
I mean, if they're coming towards us, in that case, Holtz orders them to back away into like one of the other corridors. And if they keep in, like I'll order them into like an ambush position. So like we have like guys on either side, and if on the one hand, if they don't notice us, they just go right past us. But if they do notice us, the group on the other side will be able to get like a drop on them and take them out.
Okay, so you go into these like alcoves. Give me a cunning test, difficulty 3.
Cunning tests, and I have like a -1 because of the
You're
result.
You have
concussed. So
difficulty 4.
Okay.
You have
I have,
4 wrath though, so
Yeah, I also have like 8 dice for this. So
Would you want to
try
take any of the
kill them.
glory?
I'm gonna spend a wrath.
No.
Okay, yeah, do that.
Also, we probably want to do that thing where you can get your wrath back only, so that we don't all have to take the
Alright.
one trait.
That was
Old ass.
1,
That's
2,
an additional
3, 4,
5, so
5.
it's 8 total.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys managed to jump into the alcoves, and you see this this orc walk past. Basically gripping this other orc by his skull and dragging him down the corridor. He's like kicking and screaming like, and the mech boy goes, "If you don't let me know that things are broken, how am I supposed to fix them, huh?" I'm like, it's like dragging him and they go like down the corridor to somewhere.
Can we all appreciate that Gizmek orc spoke another orc into repairing his ship?
Yeah, I just explained to Git. What about it?
Holtz has to like severely repress the urge to slow clap because there's still like a bunch of Gretchen around.
Yeah, one of the soldiers behind you goes, "Did you see that? He just walked right up to that guy. What a boss!"
Gizmek then proceeds now that the main mech boy on deck has moved off. He's just like, and all of you lot. He just like generally points at all of the Gretchen.
Yeah. A couple of them like look up at you and their ears like shoot up.
You're still working on this thing. It's doing just fine. We're going along just right speed. Now, what you need to be doing is fixing up the armor plates at the front to make the impact harder.
Yeah, make me another leadership, difficulty 3.
I'm going to use my last round
Yeah.
on that.
Hey,
Yeah,
That's
that-
another
there we
success.
go.
Just
Got
enough.
it. Okay, cool. So a bunch of the like apprentice mech boys like grab some like nearby Gretchen and say, "Yes, sir," and they like head out of the reactor room. It's interesting, like without constant like re-repair, like this reactor is like falling apart. And so like
Yeah,
as
that's
they
just
like walk
Orky.
out of the room, like panels start falling off of the wall, steam starts venting off randomly. Like the only reason the reactor was working is because it was like actively being worked on 24/7 by these Gretchen. And now it's starting to like fall apart.
And the reactor is probably gonna explode on its own by now.
Yeah, you do the math and you think maybe in 2 hours this reactor will blow.
Now let me speed that up just a tad. Gizmek goes over to the reactor, and with the Omni tool on his utility mechadendrite, which none of them really questioned for some reason, despite the fact that it looks pretty Yumi, he like starts like loosening bolts.
Okay, so now it's gonna be like an hour before it blows up.
Yeah, he's just loosening more and more bolts until he estimates that it's going to be about like half an hour to an hour.
Give me an awareness check as well. Difficulty 3.
Okay, I'll just casually
Okay.
get another glory.
Nice. Also advantage, so
Behind one of these panels that you loosened, your eyes, your whole body cries out when you see this part just hanging there inside of the reactor. It's like the exact like gyro spring you need for your Death Dread. Just sitting there. But
All
you
right.
know if you pull it out, you'll only have like a half an hour before the whole ship explodes.
Well, that's sort of the goal. All right, let's go. I grab it and start running out, and he's just like, as the Gretchen around me are like looking at me, I'll just be, what? I got someone to be. You got someone to be. Get moving. And just keep moving.
They like they like power before you and then like randomly do random stuff around them.
Yeah, they just
yeah.
pull like a fucking hitman, start mopping the floor in.
Yeah, so you like
Thankfully-
make it back into the corridor, and the whole corridor is already like gone up like 5 degrees.
Gizmek walks up to Holtz and he's just like, yeah, we might want to get out of here.
And here, before that, well done, Gizmek. I was
Thank
very
you,
impressed.
but we don't have much time for chit chat. We want to get out of here.
I kind of figured that. I
Gizmek
suppose the
continues
panels
walking
falling off is
past
not
you,
a good
just like
thing.
fast walking.
Holtz gets the message.
Yeah, there's like a small explosion behind you in the reactor room as like another of the panel flies off and like slams into a wall and like sparks fly in every direction. And
See, that's how you
there's
sabotage an
alarm
Orkz
that
ship.
goes off. It's like woo, woo.
I'll keep that in mind next time I need to invade an Orkz ship. Well, something tells me it won't work quite as neatly for me.
Yeah, that's true. All right, we need to find another flyer and get the bloody hell off this thing. It's gonna blow up the engine. I got this thing nicely. He just like tosses the little thing that he needed for his Death Dread up in the air and catches it again and then continues on. But pulling this out made it quicker.
It's like the size of like a football, so you're like holding it like under your arm.
Well, were there flyers in that one docking bay that we could use?
No, the docking bay was empty.
Oh, well, in that case, Holtz would have, since that other flyer was basically scrap metal, since it was like on fire, Holtz would have just taken a plasma shot and blown it up.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Alrighty, we need to find another bay. This one's probably gonna have more Orkz, but we need one that actually is something we can use.
Well, fortunately, we still have a melta bomb, so if we need to, we can just, blow some Orkz up to get where we need to go.
Didn't even need it for this. Actually, that would probably speed it up too much, to be honest.
I think right now we're cutting it close as is, so let's keep moving.
Yeah. I'm going to see, is there any way that I could sort of like intuition where another bay might be?
Yeah. So go ahead and make a investigation check with a +1. difficulty 3.
Okay.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
On point.
So you know that when a rock gets to a planet, the orcs are so, invade happy that they just unload everything. So it's going to be difficult to find like a ship anywhere that hasn't already been taken. The only thing that you could think of is that there's somebody up in the bridge, playing this rock show, and they must have like a personal transport of some kind.
This is gonna be the rough part. All right. So,
Do you want to Orkz teach orcs to leave the ship they were currently repairing, or take the fucking murder the?
we're gonna take him on a
Awesome.
rock show tour. Just like starts pointing in the general direction of the bridge. It's just like, we're going that way.
Holtz at this point is just basically along for the ride.
Yeah, so we'll fade to black on that, and then we'll fade on to Sator, who's just destroyed this beacon on the planet, you're basically like you're seeing like the after effects of like the Space Marines fighting the orcs in that alleyway.
Yeah.
What does Sator like feel with the fact that like 2 of like the Emperor's angels are just like dead, impaled, destroyed in this alleyway?
2 things. One, he's slightly annoyed at himself that he didn't straight up go for the thing directly. And 2, he's wondering what the fuck that thing actually was, because if the orcs went through Space Marines like that, then
Yeah, it's technology you've never even heard of before or seen before. And it kind of wigs you out a little because, Sator is sort of like connected to a lot of these like highly technologically advanced races. He's got, that the Dark Eldar following him around.
Yeah.
And they're typically like the kings of this crazy tech, but you've never seen anything like that.
Yeah. Sator knows about knows a lot about Eldar Drukari Trek through Ira directly, pretty much.
Yeah, and you could bet pretty good amount of money that was not Dark Eldar tech. It didn't feel like it.
He didn't have any spikes.
Yeah, it didn't have any like weird spikes on it. It didn't have like there was no like sense of humor to it.
Yeah, and at the same time, it's like it could be Necron, but they wouldn't have that much reason to murder a planet with a bunch of blanks on it.
Yeah, like it was sort of Necron-y, but like, why would the Necrons need to like bring an orc rock to a human planet?
Yeah, Necrons would never
Necrons
work.
Are so strong, they would just do it themselves.
Necrons would never use the orcs like that normally. They would be fucking disgusted by themselves if they ever had to.
Yeah, like they would try to wipe the orcs out. They wouldn't be just like they wouldn't just like leave them in the system. So that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So maybe you're like thinking about this while Invictor Braum is like, giving like the last rites to his men and like squaring his jaw, and then he looks up at you and he says, "Okay, we need to go. We need to find another way off this planet."
Well, the way I see it, we have 2 ways of going about this. Either we hunker down and prepare to defend ourselves if the orcs decide to come back and wait for Holtz to rescue us, or we try to look around for anything.
Yeah, we don't. He's like, we don't really have any beacons of any kind to signal back to the Blackstone. That's a bit of an oversight. I didn't think that they'd have that much anti-air technology. I definitely didn't think they
Well-
would rip a storm raven in twain, such as that. I figure
Indeed.
we should head to the spaceport and see if we can find a lighter to take control of.
Well,
They
let's
haven't
see if
all
we
been
manage
destroyed
to
already.
let's see if we manage to beat the orcs to it then, I suppose.
Well, I don't. He like looks around and he says, I don't see any sign of them, but we should be careful as we move. We may
Sator
like,
just nods.
accidentally walk into an ambush.
Sator sort of nods, and I suppose that they just start exploring pretty much.
Yeah. So
Yeah. On
Can
the
you
way,
make-
Sator would sort of ask, "Hey, what do you think that thing was?"
he didn't see it.
Yeah.
He was like busy like holding the door when you were in the storage pod. He says, I didn't really get a good look at it before you destroyed it.
Hmm.
It seemed of malintent.
Indeed. It doesn't seem to match up with any xeno species I've heard of yet.
You spend enough time in this galaxy and you see all sorts of things that make you wonder.
Indeed.
But humanity prevails one way or the other.
Oh, of course we do.
Well, let's see if we can get back to the ship, and then maybe we'll be able to extract these two as we leave. And he like looks down at the bodies of his brothers, and you can like see like a tear like stream down his face.
Yeah. So they will just continue on saying, and along the way, Sator will mostly ponder about what that thing could have been.
Yeah,
And,
you keep like
yeah.
revisiting it in your memories, and I'm sure it'll like show up
Yeah.
in your dreams.
Yeah,
from time to
I
time.
I would ask for like a scholarship role, but yeah, it's not happening probably.
No, you can make a scholarship roll.
all right.
Give me. It's gonna be hard though.
Yeah.
Like it's a knowable thing. It's not an unknowable thing.
All right. It's like he might have heard something about this somewhere obscure.
Yeah, give me like a scholarship difficulty 6.
Y'all mind if I use one glory?
Go for it.
Go nuts.
Go nuts. That was 2 6s. There you go. And that was with a modifier of 1.
Yeah.
That's a lot of 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice.
All right. So yeah, so you keep thinking about it, and trying to think where you would have like heard anything of this sort. Let me think about this for a second.
We literally had a library from Slaneshi sorceress at one point.
The Blackstone does have a library, so
Yeah, it's because it's not like a chaos related thing. Let me think. I maybe okay, so maybe you have like a flashback when you're thinking about it to a conversation you overheard between Saphar and what's the name of that dark Eldar
Ira.
lady again? Ira. Yeah, so like you were in the same room as like the two of them were talking about something. And Saphar was talking about something he was reading in that book on the Karsokans. And he was speaking about like the fact that they had some sort of like magic or something that had to do with their suns that were ultraviolet suns, so they're like black suns. And he mentioned like their ability to like morph objects into various shapes as long as it was like covered in this like substance. You don't really like remember the exact details of the whole conversation, but
Alright.
something about the way he talked about it and the and what you just saw, like there's some connection there.
Yeah.
But you're not entirely certain what it is.
So it's like at most that a small ball might have been like some sort of very complicated beacon made into the small
Yeah,
form.
like he mentioned that like the like maybe he mentioned in his research that he found that the Karsokans used to be like a slave race of the Necrons. And so like that's maybe why you're having that mental connection. But you know there's like something there.
Yeah.
But that's all you can get from even that high scholar roll. It's like very
Yeah.
obscure.
It is very obscure, but it is something.
Yeah. It's a thread
Yeah.
definitely to pull on for sure.
Honestly, I was going to sort of ask with Saphar stuff to maybe try to have Sator help him research anyway, even though he's not an Eldar. You know, when Sator won't do his studying the warp core we have thing. But anyways.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you know, the next couple of scenes are you guys like moving through the city.
Yeah.
And eventually y'all go ahead.
Yeah, maybe we'll look through some buildings and if we find anything, it's just bones.
It's just dead people, as far as you can tell. This whole city has been purged by the Orkz, basically.
Yeah.
Every alleyway is like riddled with bullet holes, corpses. It's starting to get to you a little bit, maybe. It's a very like traumatizing scene as you wander the streets of this once great imperial city, and eventually you make it to the spaceport. And it isn't unoccupied. There are like some orcs that are like patrolling around the building. So like we have a scene of like maybe you like about to walk out into like the open, and the space marine like grabs you by your clothes and drags you back into the alley and like holds you back against the wall as like an orc patrol like walks past. And he's got like his bolt pistol out,
How's it going, everyone?
ready to shoot. And then like one of the orcs like looks over in your guys' general direction, and he fires and like blows its brains out with his bolt pistol, and like a fight breaks out, and then we'll fade in the middle of that fight back up to the asteroid.
Yeah.
Gizmek, as you're wandering the halls looking for the way up to the bridge, that eerie high frequency noise like suddenly like stops.
Finally. Scratches his head and keeps on moving.
Everything okay?
Yeah, the noise finally stopped. Soot must have done his job.
That might also mean that the orcs are more aware. Keep your guard up.
Yeah, something to keep in mind. So we're heading towards the bridge at this point, right?
Yeah, and as the sound begins to fade, the volume of the show begins to wane as well. In fact, at some point as you're traveling the halls, the music just stops.
That ain't as revved up anymore.
You know, Gizmek, it's been a long time since it's just been you and I on a mission.
It has been.
In fact, I don't think we've ever just hung out, just the two of us. I feel like we hang out less now than when we did when you had your own ship.
Yeah, true. Yeah, we gonna fix it. Talk about
Yeah,
the proper things of orc technology and Yumi politic and stuff, I guess.
Oh, I was just hoping we could get a game of Regicide going eventually.
Oh, yes, please.
And
I think-
Holtz just casually shoots the shit while they're traveling in enemy territory.
You know how things are going to go when Holtz asks you to play Regicide.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose. And then get angry and then steal another regicide board, but that's about par for the course.
Yeah.
At some point when you guys are walking down the corridors, you hear like a group of orcs coming, and you manage to jump into the alcoves as these maybe 30 or 40 orcs come walking down the corridor. And they're all like scratching their heads and chatting with each other. And they're like, "That was quite a show." It's like, yeah, I didn't think it would ever end. I need to go lay down for a bit. I've been rocking out too hard. And so they're just like wandering past like the group of you as you're like got your like hands over your mouths, like trying not to breathe.
Damn. This is just in
And
my
eventually
head.
they make it past y'all.
Well, we don't have much time to stand around. Let's keep moving.
So you keep going down the corridor, and eventually opens up to like this huge bridge. It is massive. It puts the bridge of a spaceship to shame how large it is. It's like the size of a stadium. In fact, it is a stadium. There's like stands that like obviously orcs were standing in. And then there's like the deck of the ship in the pit, and in the middle of it is like this huge stage with like spotlights shooting out and like laser lights shooting out, and like these gigantic speakers that are currently not playing anything, and up on the platform is this massive orc. You've never seen one so big in your whole life. He must be 10 or 11 feet tall. He's covered in enhancements. He's got a power claw that's probably the size of your whole body, Gizmek. And he's currently asleep on the floor of the stage, gripping onto this enormous guitar. And he's like snoring.
Good opportunity. All right. I would like to ask us to take a 5-minute break because nature is calling pretty hard right now. So we will pause right here.
Sure.
Sounds good to me. I'll be right back and grab something to drink.
We'll have to see if Gizmek is going to murder an orc for a second power claw now, I suppose.
I'm back.
Hello.
We're waiting on Trisky 6.
Trisky.
Yeah.
Okay, just Trisky.
I wonder what the fuck is going to is Gizmek going to try to murder an orc for a second power claw.
I
Yeah.
mean,
I'm
That's-
wondering what's gonna happen.
it's typically work behavior.
The start of fucking Blood Teeth and the Orc game, which is being developed.
What's the Doom game that's coming out? Bolt or
Okay.
whatever.
Bolt or something. I'm probably gonna play that. It literally just looks like a fucking Doom mod.
It
I
looks
mean,
like a really
yeah.
good boomer shooter. I'm into it.
Yeah. There's been a fuckload of boomer shooters, I feel like.
I mean, it just looks like a Doomenstein.
It's doing well right now. Everyone wants to buy those. It's like the new battle royale game is a boomer shooter.
Yeah.
They're probably really cheap and easy to make. So
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this one's like the first one I've seen so far.
I'm pretty sure that there is also one for Postal.
Oh, okay, yeah, Postal.
there's been like 10 of those that are like indie games that have come out in the last like 6 months.
Yeah, but do indie games really count?
I mean, they're like the head
Maybe.
of the industry, right? Like they usually push the new format, whatever the new format is, and then all the AAA companies try to get in on it.
True.
Fair, that's fair.
So they're like a barometer for what next gaming thing is going to be.
Yeah. Because, indie people are going to actually take risks compared to AAA games.
'Cause
For
they have to.
obvious reasons. Yeah.
And it takes a really long time to make a AAA game, so
Because there's also they have money put into it. Yeah.
yeah, but making it takes a long time no matter how. It's just because of how difficult it is to do like real life graphics, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why indie games can pop out, try something small and interesting, and then like the ones that are wildly successful, a year or two later, that's when the AAA like version of that game style comes out. It takes that long to like it takes that long to steer the giant cruise ship that is a AAA company.
Yeah.
And it takes that long to make a game like that. Like making graphics is fucking hard.
Yeah.
Which is funny because like graphics in a lot of cases tend to be like one of the least, at least like for a lot of like reviews, people will be like, oh, graphics shouldn't matter that much compared to gameplay.
Yeah.
Except that, like the public disagrees with that sentiment.
Yeah.
Like the general public, like they only care about graphics. They don't care about anything.
Yeah,
else.
but the general public is stupid.
But they have money.
That's true. Yeah.
Holtz will create a game which literally has no gameplay, but it just has nice graphics.
I mean, that's just a movie with a controller attached.
Except the general public love movies, so you know.
Any game made by fucking I forgot his name. Whoever made a fucking Detroit Become Human.
Oh, God, what's that guy's name? Fuck.
Hideo Kojima? No, that's
Not Kojima.
No. It was
We all forgot his name.
well, it's because he hasn't
Imagine.
made something for a while, so he's been out of the loop.
Yeah.
What's that guy's name? Fuck. It's gonna kill me now.
He's
I mean, you
literally
can just
going to...
we have the internet. We can just be like, who
I'm
made
looking it
it?
up right now, but it's hard to find. David Cage.
Yes, David Cage.
David Cage. Yeah.
Yeah, founders David Cage.
Yeah. He's like the story-driven sort of movie gameplay.
Person.
His games are like wildly successful, even though there's no game.
It's
Yeah.
just I mean,
a
there's
walking simulator.
choices, but like, yeah, it's a walking simulator, and you can choose to choose your own adventure novel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't get
Pretty
me
much.
wrong, I do enjoy me a good visual novel every once in a while, but it's more because I'm interested in
Yeah.
the novel than you can't really call that a video game.
Yeah.
I mean, the only reason we're getting like decent devs on like Warhammer projects is because all these like shitty indie games came out and they were still successful. So everyone's like, "Oh, the Warhammer IP is actually like worth money."
Nice.
So we'll actually make a decent AAA game.
There's so many fucking Warhammer fan stuff made.
Yeah, I mean, like even in the face of like GW's like moratorium on fan content, like people are still making fan content.
Yeah.
That's
The
just how
meme
big the 40K community is.
The meme I posted where Toho is just a Japanese Warhammer.
Yeah.
Hey,
There's one core difference between Toho and Warhammer. If you make a fan anything for Toho, you won't get fucking blasted. Because the IP holder isn't dog shit.
Reminds me, I need to put my pre-order in for the Warhammer 30K box today. 1 sec.
Understandable.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's a big orc and he's asleep with a guitar.
yeah.
And Power Claw.
There's a queue on their website. I have to wait to get in to buy the
God
fucking.
Oh
damn.
my god.
Yeah, so there's this gigantic war boss covered in streaks of blue paint. He's hugging this enormous guitar, and he's it's like a double guitar on top of it, just to be even more ridiculous. Yeah, he's like passed out on the stage. It looks like he's been rocking out for quite a long time. And now that the beacon has been destroyed, he's fast asleep, snoring away.
Alrighty.
So where's this ship that you want to take?
I can wait a moment. I gotta get to kill.
We have melt bombs if you're interested in that.
And it's a cheap way. Gizmek slowly walked up to the sleeping guy, using his snores to mask his
Yeah, give me a
footsteps.
stealth check. Let's see, what difficulty would that be?
I may need to use some glory because I only have 2 stealth. So
Go for it.
Yeah, I mean he's passed the fuck out. So, but he's still a war boss, so he's still like highly aware. So let's say difficulty 3.
okay, I'm going to ask to use 1 or 2 glory. Are you guys
Go
alright
for
with
it.
that?
Knock yourself out.
Knock yourself out.
Then knock this guy out.
Because you have no wrath. Hey, that's a 6 on the wrath die.
Nice.
Alright, yeah, so that's 2 successes, and now I need to roll another
4
6, so
successes.
4 successes. And we got
Okay,
another.
so-
We got another. We got to keep one of those glories, basically.
So you like slowly creep up on this guy. You climb up onto the stage. It's a bit eerie, you know, to see this massive form crumpled. He's you know sitting up as he sleeps, using this guitar to hold himself up. And like it's crazy just how enormous he is as you approach. You can feel your orc hearts thumping rapidly as you approach this massive form.
What's the back of his neck look like? Is it armored or whatnot?
He's full on mega armored. But as you approach, you see like an object dangling from his belt. It looks like a massive key.
damn it, this dog in trouble.
Uh,
Just gotta look at the key and just like hold up his claw and just like,
yeah, you're like maybe like a couple of meters away from it when you see it. It's like tied to his. It's like tied to like his armor, like an armored belt he has around his waist. So all sorts of random stuff hanging from it. But this one object, you're sure is something important.
all right, give me a second, guys. Just gotta walk up next to it and whatever is attaching it to the belt, I'm just going to wrap part of the power claw I have around and snip it off.
Okay.
And then go hold my hand underneath to try and grab it before it clatters on the floor.
Yeah, give me another stealth check, same difficulty.
All right, I'm going to use the other glory as well that I earned. That's all right.
You've earned every single glory we've gotten so far.
Fuck, and I don't have any more wrath.
But
Okay,
you do.
So you clip the object and you grab the key, but the sound of it clipping makes like a ting, and it like reverberates off of the like acoustics of the room. And you feel the stage begin to rumble as the creature wakes from its slumber.
I very quickly, in response to him starting to move, attempt to stab the power claw through the back of his neck.
Well, I mean, the back of his neck is like way higher than you can reach. It's like 12 feet up or whatever.
But he's on the ground still. He's still getting
No,
up.
no, he's
Been leaning on his guitar.
He's not like laying down. He's like sitting down.
Okay.
But you can give me an attack as he wakes up if you'd like. Or you can run.
I kick the key towards Holtz and the gang, and then I take a swing.
Okay, yeah. So you can get the first action as this guy tries to lumber awake. His defense is down. Let me see what it is.
He got eight successes.
Yeah, you hit. I'm just trying to figure out how many sixes.
Oh no,
that's damage.
That's his damage. Never mind.
I keep accidentally.
Yeah, you got to roll the hit first as well. But let me.
But if he does hit,
that is 5 successes on the hit.
You'll probably hit because his defense will be low because he's still awakening. But
is the power claw brutal?
I'm pretty sure that it is. It would be silly for it to not be brutal.
Doesn't look like they have any orcs in the bestiary, so I'm gonna pull up some homebrew real quick.
Yeah. That's so much fucking damage. If it's brutal, that's a lot of damage.
It is brutal. It's 12 plus 8. It's 12 plus ADD minus 3 AP with brutal.
And brutal is like 5, 6 is both +2, or is it just 6 is +2?
5s and 6.
Oh my god.
God damn.
All right.
So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So you do 24 damage.
He might be crippled, at least.
At minus 3 AP, so there's that too.
I feel like if you kill him now, Gizmek will have PTSD because he's nicked up on an orc and murdered him.
Hey, he was awake when I killed him.
Was technically awake.
One sec, guys. Let me find like some stats to use.
Right. What matters more is probably the defense.
Yeah,
not the defense, the fucking soak.
Yeah, if he has like a force field or anything like that, then the minus 3 AP won't matter as much. Because like that AP is essentially invincible.
Yeah,
that armor is essentially invincible.
Some sort of force field, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because like my power armor has 4, but because I have like the refractor field, it can't go below 3. So even if you have like minus a billion AP. Which is nice.
There's lots of like homebrew on how to like make an orc, but not like a lot of like bestiary homebrew. I'm still looking. One second. I might have to just wing it. We'll see. Oh, here we go. Nice. Okay.
I feel like this should be more up to you because, yeah.
Okay, so how much damage did you do again?
24 AP
24.
minus 3.
24 and minus 3 to AP.
Okay, because he's got 8 armor, so that'll reduce it down to 5. And he's got that's what, 19 damage before toughness. He reduces that by an additional 10. Yeah, so you get a smash into his armor. There's like an electric like discharge that comes off on you. And oh, yeah, he's got the lucky trait as well. Yeah. So you slam into him with your power claw, and it like scrapes off at like a weird angle. The blue paint on his armor is like made out of like some material that's like extra slippery, and so your blades slip off. And it's sort of your power claw clatters to the ground a little bit as you swing. So you get like a glancing blow on him as he like spins around and like roars in your face.
Your music's crappy anyway.
And he says, "Who's this to challenge my place as war boss of the Bird Moons?" And he like goes to stand to goes to his feet, and he towers above you.
I'm to get what caught you sleeping on the job.
And he's gonna raise his power claw into the air and like lightning is gonna like arc around it. What's your defense?
My defense is 1.
Defense is based off of initiative, so it's like
yeah, it's not really nice that it isn't based off of strength or toughness at all. Because that is fucking.
You placed all of your points in weapon skill directly and not in initiative.
I put all my my stats are like 6, 2, 5, 4, 2, 1, 2.
What's your initiative and what's your?
My initiative is 2.
And how many points did you place in weapon skill? Like
2.
4. Oh.
He just has a bunch of strength.
I have 6 strength and 5 toughness.
Okay.
But I'm still not a tank.
Yeah, compared to fucking Rogue Trader where you are immortal. Pretty much.
Different systems, different blokes. Anywho, yeah, one defense.
Well, I don't want to just like murder you straight up. So I'm trying to think about like a workaround here.
Just roll the damage at least.
Because you're out of wrath as well, so you can't just like live with 1 hit point either.
You can always be more narrative instead of going by the stats if you want to be the GM.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about it, like how
could Holtz seize the initiative here?
You can if you want to spend a glory, yeah.
I'll spend a glory.
There's no glory left to spend.
There's no glory.
Can I spend a wrath to seize the initiative?
No, it's a glory to seize the initiative.
Also, you forgot to remove 1 wrath from Holtz's thing on the.
I did. No,
From the stream.
I didn't.
He's down to 3 now. He's got 4 normal.
No, okay.
You didn't forget. 6 didn't forget. Trisky forgot.
You can use a wrath point for like a narrative declaration if you'd like.
I don't know what I would narratively declare though. That's the thing.
Gizmek managed to scrape off all of the blue paint.
Or like when he raises his power claw, he like strikes like the metal mesh of the roof of this stage or something.
Sure. Let's go with that one.
Okay. So he's not going to use his power claw, which would actually make it so he can't like one shot. He's just gonna kick him basically. All right, cool. So we'll drop a wrath. He raises his power claw up. It gets like caught on the scaffolding, and it begins to like destroy the stage, as he like shakes back and forth. He does slam out a mechanized leg towards Gizmek and catches Gizmek in the chest. Let's see how much damage that'll.
Actually, did you even roll his weapon skill to see if he rolls all ones or something?
Well, he rolls a lot of ones, but he still roll. Wow, that's a low number. He still rolls 4 successes though.
Yeah.
He has
Weapon skill
14
comes
to
to
weapon skill.
14.
Damn.
Yeah, and I'm gonna drop one of my ruin points to reroll the failures there.
Does it matter if he like rerolls
Yeah,
the
I
ruin?
think it shift 6s for extra damage.
By the way, how
more.
much defense did he actually have while waking up? Because we might be able to get something like a glory, maybe.
What? Oh no, his weapon skill.
No, what was his defense?
Oh, it was 4. So.
Right.
So it was just enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's gonna kick out and he's gonna do. $10 plus 5 ED with the extra bonus. Yeah, so he slams out and does 13 damage to you as he like kicks you in the chest, Gizmek.
All right. My resilience is 6, armor value 4, and it's a kick,
Yeah.
so it wouldn't have any AP.
Yeah, so you take 3.
You can roll defense or resilience to or whatever
Soak
it
if
is.
you'd like, yeah.
Yeah, soak to turn it into shock instead. That's soak,
Yeah.
not
Yeah, you don't want to roll your soak, you want to roll your determination.
which is your defense.
Yeah.
Wait, no,
No.
toughness.
Toughness.
Like,
yeah.
Okay, it is toughness.
Yeah, I'm just retarded.
That is better.
we are all retarded here.
Yeah, so you managed to put all 3 of it into your shock.
All right.
And also glory, maybe. Because it's a 6 on the wrath. Although I'm not even sure if we are supposed to roll.
No, you don't roll a wrath on
right.
tests like that.
Yeah, I'll just ignore it then.
Yeah, if there's no complication, you ignore the wrath die basically.
Like resisting psychic powers and such. Unless it's like specific otherwise.
Yeah. So he slams out, catches you in the chest. You stagger backwards, but manage to keep your footing. It's just the sheer like force of it is staggering. And he roars at the top of his lungs. So I need. He's going to make an intimidation check on everybody in the room, basically. Yeah, so it's going to be a difficulty 9 test to resist.
Let's see. What is it? Resolve?
Yeah, resolve.
Even if I roll all 6s, I don't think I can succeed. I only have if I roll all 6s, I'll get 8.
Yeah, it's a pretty high
Why
roll.
the fuck are all of these things based on things that should make sense?
What?
I get 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's pretty good. But yeah, so he roars, and you can feel your bones begin to shake. The fear creeps into your psyche, and everyone's going to be at +1 difficulty for everything else.
So I'm at +2 difficulty now.
So you're +2 difficulty, yeah, as you're like still reeling from the impact on the back of your head. The soldiers begin to open fire on him, and they're their las rifles like bounce off his armor as he like laughs. Pitiful humies! You work with the pitiful humies?
Why you even gotta justify that with a response, you lazy git?
Holtz at this point, eager to try out his own Orkish.
It's your combat round, Holtz.
Yes, Holtz would actually like to use it for a different purpose. It says, trying to shake out the fear in his voice. It says, "That's real funny from a git all the way back there. Why don't you come say that to my zoggin face, you git?" He's like reading from a data slate, trying to like translate his normal vocabulary.
Yeah, so it's gonna be tough because it's like the wrong language, and you're trying to like do your best to translate the cunning test you're trying to do, which is like a taunt, right? So
Could I do have? I mean, yeah, cunning would be better for me, straight up.
Yeah. So go ahead and make me a cunning test. It would be difficulty 3 normally.
Plus 2 normally, so
plus
that because
2, and then
so
plus
5.
another one because you don't share. You're trying to like
So 6.
go across
Difficulty
cultural
6.
boundaries or whatever.
This is still relatively within possibility. So
Yeah. Especially the guys you've been rolling today. Oh,
I'm going to spend a wrath die to re-roll all those. So 1, 2,
That's a good
3, 4, 5.
But the complication remains.
Yeah, complication.
That's
You
6
do get 6,
successes.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Success and a complication.
Yeah, it is 6. Okay. So he goes from like a laugh to like his face going very serious. And he says, I'll threaten you from way over here if I feel like it. But I'm coming for you.
That's what I wanted him to do. Oh no! Wait, he's not coming for me now. Okay.
Oh, he'll come for you now.
Okay, that's great. I want him to.
Yeah. So top of the combat round.
Did the guard that you had?
I'm gonna spend a ruin to seize the initiative on you.
One question: did the guards also get to act or no?
Yeah, I rolled for them and
Yeah, they
right.
rolled a blast.
They don't do damage.
All right, understandable.
If you can figure out a way to like plant a melt-a-bomb on this guy, maybe. But
That's what we were. I think that's what he was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll get close enough for them to actually be able to plant the melt-a-bomb, basically. Yeah, so he runs across the stage, past Gizmek, and he picks up his guitar on the way.
Oh god.
Does Gizmek get an attack of opportunity?
He jumps off the stage. I don't think attacks of opportunity are a thing in this game.
I'm pretty sure they are. Like,
Disengage exits, so they do. Probably.
Well, just in case. I'm going to get a 3 on the hit, so that's probably not going to even do anything.
Did you lower it
You're
accidentally?
going to miss.
You rolled like 5. I guess that you gave yourself +1 because he was asleep or waking up or whatever.
Yeah, last time it was because he was asleep. I had a modifier.
Yep.
Yeah, you missed anyway, but I don't think there's attack of opportunity. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
Oh, I would say that we
find
would
anything
play
in
with.
this book.
I will generally say that we play with attack of opportunity because then melee
makes
gets
sense.
like really fucking lame.
No, it definitely makes sense.
Anyways.
Yeah. He charges across the stage. He picks up his guitar, and then he jumps off the stage and he like tries to slam his guitar down on you.
I do have parry, which means I have defense of 3 essentially with my power sword.
Hell yeah.
So slightly better than Gizmek, but I don't with 14d6 and ruin.
I don't think that 14d6 is right. I think that's just a screwy like homebrew thing. So I'm gonna drop him to 10 at least.
I'd say fucking 9 or something, maybe.
9, 10, yeah.
I mean, 10 makes
10
more
works, 10
sense for
works.
like the adversarial nature of the character.
All right.
so.
I mean, it is also only one character and no backup, so yeah.
Right, exactly.
It is
No, he
always-
hits.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
really
so he
difficult
slams his guitar down on you. And so he's gonna do. He gets to convert 1/6. Okay, so he's gonna do 17 damage, AP1 on you.
All right, so I have that. I soak 3 because are from armor. So 6. How much damage?
16.
So that's 10. Even if my defense is 2, so even if I take both soak, I'm just at 0.
So
Well,
you're
let's see if you roll any
now.
6s in your soak.
That's true.
You can also use a wrath point to drop to 1 hit point.
We don't have any. Oh, I can use a wrath to drop to 1 hit point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in that case, let me just roll top. Double 5s. I'll take.
So you can soak 2, and then you'll spend the wrath to drop to 1 hit point.
Yeah, I'll drop to 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he brings the guitar down on you, and it shatters on your body. You get blown into the ground. The guitar bits go flying everywhere. All of the guardsmen sort of duck for cover as like big chunks of metal fly in their general direction. I think one of them gets like clipped by a piece of the guitar and goes down bloody on the ground. The other 3 manage to scatter away. You guys have initiative.
Yep. And
Is it all right if I go first?
Go ahead.
Because Holtz would like to use his initiative to look the orc in the eye, while like basically like splattered to the ground, holding his plasma pistol like straight up, and mostly just for like dramatic effect. As he looks at it, he's like, "You stupid idiots! I wanted you to come over here." And he would also like to basically give the order for his men to deploy the melta-bombs.
Yeah, so go ahead and give me a leadership check. Difficulty 2. Oh, sorry. Yeah, difficulty 2, but +2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Difficulty 4.
Please, dice. Please, I am begging you. Don't fuck. Ah! Please, come on.
Can I spend both of my wrath to give a reroll to Holtz?
No, you can't spend wrath for another person.
Why? Oh man, this game just hates.
Oh my gosh.
They just don't get the message.
Yeah, so
They
you
don't get
say like deploy the bombs. And you're just so weak and that the sound barely leaves your lips. The guardsmen are all like hunkering down behind like all these pieces of metal that are like showering the floor now. And they just don't have the nerve to get close to this guy.
Well, I guess it's my turn.
Yeah. Let's see what gets
Gizmek's going
I
to
mean, you didn't do a
run.
combat action necessarily.
Yeah, I haven't done anything yet. It was
Oh,
that was a
sorry.
reaction for him running away.
Holtz can shoot as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I can shoot as well.
Yeah, that's
Well.
a simple action to do in order, I think.
Oh, then I just shoot.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a plasma pistol shot.
Fuck it, I'll supercharge. What do I have to lose at this point?
And so he's defense 5, but you're gonna be +2, so defense 7.
7. All right,
Yeah.
so I need 3 6s and a success.
As long as you don't take your max fucking wounds in damage, you won't be dead.
All right, I do not succeed. But I do, yeah.
Yeah, so like he's towering over you, and you like bring your plasma pistol up to shoot him.
I guess
And,
his
like,
size wouldn't.
And like part of the stage like it gives way, and one of the like pillars holding the stage up like falls down in between you and the war boss, and the plasma bolt like blasts into the like the
Wait, close range would have given me +1 because he's like right on top of me.
I believe if you're engaged, you don't get the +1 anymore. Even with the pistol.
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
But you were vastly under the number you need anyway. So the idea is that like, part of this stage like blocks the plasma pistol shot. Not that he like dodges it or anything.
Yeah.
He's just so lucky,
He has to be.
He's the luckiest boy in the world.
He's actually blessed by Zinch.
Yeah, Gizmek, it's your turn.
He's gonna run up to whichever git has the melt-a-bomb on them. Just like yoink it from him.
Yeah, you like grab it out of his under his arm. Basically, he's like carrying like it's like it's the same size as the like a piece of machinery you're carrying.
Yeah, I toss him the piece of machinery at the same time. It's sort of a trade.
I also forgot that I have gallows humor. Could I have employed that?
For the leadership check?
No. Gallows humor to like get to recover shock essentially.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
What do you say?
DN2 fellowship attribute.
I mean, recovering
I'm not sure how that works mechanically, but go ahead.
Recovering shock doesn't really do much unless you're at full or about.
I am at full.
Damn. Okay.
Oh, no, I'm not at full, but like it's just more shock that I can take.
Yeah.
I don't even get it. Fuck me.
Incredible. Yeah, like you try to like say something like
you try to say something cool, and then the wind goes
like
out your lungs.
Cool and sly, but he just like slams his leg down on your chest, and you can't even make out the word. And he like laughs as he like puts his weight down on your body.
So as of right now, Gizmek is running towards this guy with the melt-a-bomb underneath his arm, sort of fucking Blood Bowl style. And I'm going to try and just like leap up and put it in a spot in his armor where it'll stay. Not necessarily that it's like a wedge in his armor, but
give me like a tech test.
Yeah, tech test. Gizmek taps it a little bit.
Difficulty 4 with a +1 because of the fear, so 5.
Any bonuses?
And you'll get your Orky bonus. It's orc tech test. It's orc armor.
All right, I have clicked off of it, so it's actually there.
Hey,
you gotta go
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You can shift another one of those for glory, I think.
Yeah.
2 glory?
Yeah, you get 2 glory
nice.
for that. Yeah, so you managed to like wedge this grenade in a place that it'll actually like hold. The first time you try to stick it, it just starts to slip off with this like blue paint that's like super slippery, and you like jam it into a specific wedge that exists in this mega armor. And it's like a part that he can't reach. So like he staggers backwards, going, "Ugh!" and tries to like reach behind him and grab the melt-a-bomb off of him. In like the way that like super jacked like muscle builders can't like get like a sticker off the back of their fucking
back. Yeah.
He's like trying to reach back there. He's got his like claw like almost touching when it goes off. So we need to roll damage on a melt-a-bomb. I don't even know what that is.
It's a melt-a-bomb, and it's exploding right into him.
I mean, rules is rules.
It's under war gear, so like probably under like.
I'll find it. It's real quick. It'll probably kill him, but we'll see. Grenades. Oh, it's not in there. So we'll just use the rule for like a melt-a-weapon. Okay, so it's going to be 16 ED2. So go ahead and roll the 2 ED, Gizmek.
All right.
AP -4, so it'll cut through most of his armor. Both of them go through, so it'll be 18 damage. So he'll reduce that by that much. And then let's see how many wounds he has left. I think you just about get him. Let's see.
And at a higher difficulty, I can do another attack, right?
You could do a multi-action, but that would be a +2 to this tech test as well, so you would have failed it.
Okay, fair.
Yeah. So usually you have to declare like all your actions before you do.
Yeah.
any of
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
I
+2
get
to
that.
all of your actions.
I get
Yeah.
that.
Math.
Math or meth.
Yeah, you just get him exactly.
Damn. Yes.
Yippee.
So he's gonna spend a ruin point to go down to 1 hit point.
What else can I
as
do
his
with
ruin
glory?
action. So yeah, so the Melta bomb like erupts. It causes this massive explosion. Everyone flies in every direction. Like Holtz,
He did get a 6 on the crit on the wrath die on the tech test.
Yeah. That's why you got him, is because of the critical effect. Yeah, so he's gonna be like mortally wounded, but not exactly dead, because he's got that ruin action. So yeah, so everyone gets basically blown in every direction. I need athletics checks from you and Holtz, Gizmek. Both of you need to make athletics difficulty 3 with all the negative modifiers. So difficulty 4 for you, difficulty 5 for Holtz.
I get 1.
Yeah.
Complication. Cool. I don't have any more wrath.
Yeah, so you get blown backwards, Gizmek, into the stage, and like you hit it at like a right angle. So you're gonna take like D6 damage straight through armor. You take 6 damage that penetrates your armor. And resilience. It just does wounds.
Alrighty, can I roll to soak some of that?
I guess. It's yeah, you can soak mortal wounds, I think.
No, you need a force field to soak mortal wounds. Like, because my refractor.
So I am down to 1.
Okay, and then Holtz, you're gonna have to soak some mortal wounds as well.
But I have a force field, so I can. But
you're gonna take 4.
I need double 6s, baby.
Actually, there is one thing that I would like to ask you.
Yeah.
One of the things for glory is that you can use it to increase the severity of a crit.
Yes, so you can increase the damage that you do, but you guys already did defeat the encounter.
Yeah.
He's just using his ruin point to like do the narrative getaway, I'm a villain thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I will attempt to do this. Is it alright if I take one of the glories to try and survive?
Yeah, go
this
ahead.
situation was not enough that I almost was thinking about using like a rat for a narrative declaration to pin the orc or something.
That's 1.
It's 2.
That's 2. It's a 6.
It's 2.
Yeah, 2. Well, like I need 2 6s essentially to not. Yeah.
Oh right, yeah. So you're gonna be at minus 1 hit point or whatever.
All right. So I take 3, so I'm literally at 0.
You don't die when you go below 0. You just take a lasting wound or whatever.
Yeah. So he doesn't get any lasting wounds actually, because he's just
only 0. One of the vets dies from the explosion. And yeah. So Holtz, like you see this orc like down on one knee, blood dripping from his mouth, breathing heavily. It's like, he's like on one knee, and he like starts to slowly scrape away. And then you black out. Gizmek, you have like an enormous pain in your back as you've slammed into the stage at maximum velocity, but you've managed to like keep upright. The troopers are all like covered in blood, and one of them is like blown to pieces.
Worth it.
But you start to like pull yourself across the floor, with the key in hand. The other troopers go to grab Holtz's body and like put them up on their shoulders, and they start to like drag him across the arena towards this like giant door with like a giant keyhole in it. The big orc makes it across the arena and like presses presses the big red button basically, which like causes alarms to go off all over the ship, and it doesn't seem to do anything, and he just starts like slamming the red button. Nothing happens, and you guys like hear like a distant explosion. And so
Sure, cue to go.
I think you need to make like one more athletics test to be able to drag yourself to this guy's like personal ship. Yeah, that'll do it with the +1 difficulty. So you're good. So yeah, you managed to drag you and Holtz and the remaining 2 members of this SWAT team to this like giant orc's personal lighter, which is like just big enough to like fit him in the cargo bay of it, basically. And you fly it out of the asteroid just as it like erupts behind you.
Damn, I really wanted to steal that gitz guitar.
This is what happens when we split a party.
Yeah, he blew up his own guitar on Holtz's face.
Yep. That's the problem. He used it as a weapon. I wanted to steal it.
Hey, on the other hand, he did deliver himself to the melt-a-bomb, which is what I wanted in the first place.
Yeah, it worked out. You wouldn't have been able to do it without killing him with the melt-a-bomb, so it was perfect.
Yeah. So I'm gathering I'm flying us back, and on the way back, Holtz is still completely unconscious. The 2 guys are in like a equal state, and Gizmek is just like slowly humming like a acapella version of whatever song the bastard was playing on his guitar.
The 2 veterans managed to patch Holtz up to 1 hit point, so you gain a consciousness back on this like orc transport.
The first thing that Holtz does when he wakes up is point his plasma pistol at where the orc was from his perspective.
Like above you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, ah! And you like put your gun up in the air. And one of the guards was like, "No, sir, no," and he like tries to like put your arm. Like, we made it out.
What happened to that stupid, bloody idiot that was insulting my orc?
Well, he's stuck on the ship when it blew up.
Too bad. I wanted to see his face when his life's work goes up in flames.
Yeah, sometimes you don't get the dramatic finish you want. We did get the not looking at explosions part, though.
And then Sator...
also, definitely stuck on the ship and definitely didn't take the ship you ordered the other orcs to repair.
I think the next scene is the lot of you in Holtz's like dining room.
I mean, Sator dealing with orcs in normal circumstances with space marines is like pretty whatever, really.
No, you guys made it through the spaceport and made it out of there, so it's not a problem. I think that time-wise, it's probably fine to skip that.
Yeah, it's fine. Especially with how long that took, so we can maybe do some side stuff really quickly before wrapping stuff up.
Yeah, so it's like a couple of days later. All of you have spent the last couple of days in the Medicaid wing. I think Sator, you took like an orc round to the chest or something.
Fair.
Holtz took a
You know,
guitar to the
Gizmek's
face.
back is like actually broken,
Oh no.
and so he's got like he's like sewn into this like this like bodysuit that's like keeping your back like together. So it'll
I'm just
heal.
imagining Gizmek fighting against a full body cast.
Yeah, you're wearing like a full body cast basically. You're having to get like wheeled around the spaceship.
Uh,
So you're like being Hannibal Lectered around the spaceship at the moment. Your back is healing.
Sator would probably fucking request like a golden wheelchair or something because he would probably be a bitch to walk around with a fucking.
Yeah, but yeah, maybe like an orc like got into your leg with a choppa or something. So
Yeah.
like you've got a cast of your own, so you're just like in a golden wheelchair in the dining room. And then Holtz, what does your like damaged like version of yourself look like when you're like at the head of the table?
I mean, like, definitely not on his face. So like Holtz is probably just like got a huge body blow. He would be dressed up like as if he's fine, but like all of you would have noticed that Holtz was definitely the first one there, and he was already sitting down when you got there.
Yeah, he's like dripping in makeup to make up for all the bruises on his body.
Hey, he only got hit once. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
but
that
like
once
he got hit
gave
in the
you
face.
like 3 hours of punchings worth of fucking bruises.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got collapsed onto the deck. He's got like a full body bruise. That you don't heal from that right away. And so like yeah, he's already sitting in the chair because like he couldn't like he had to get like carried into that position basically. And he's covered in makeup to make up for all of the bruises across his whole body basically.
Yeah.
And yeah, so go ahead and give a victory toast.
I want to say one thing before this. The way Sator is thinking about his leg wound is that this is what he had to pay for to bring the Space Marines back to the ship, because Sator could just teleport back.
Yeah, no, you definitely like there's like a bunch of like flashback scenes of you like, navigator powering a bunch of orcs to death and shooting laser beams at them out of your eye. And
Unfortunately, I cannot shoot laser beams yet.
Whatever. I don't know. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's fine. Navigators are fucking weird anyway. You don't need to worry about it.
And you managed to make it aboard like a vessel of some sort, like a tiny like cargo ship that had gone unnoticed.
Yeah.
So like the one of the non-Primaris Space Marine that survived managed to pilot you guys back because the Primaris couldn't fit in the chair in any way, and they like barely fit in the cargo hold with you, so you guys were like stuffed back there as you flew back up.
Yeah.
In the background, we see through the like glass panel windows like the shattered remains of this asteroid rock. It's sort of like collecting into like a ring around the planet now.
Holtz like tentatively like reaches out for his glass of Emisec and like holds it up and says, "Gentlemen,
and
this was a fine
guys. It's not just you guys here. It's like all the other lieutenants like
Yeah.
along this long table.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Today was a fine day for the Holtz dynasty. We successfully repelled a planetary invasion of Orkz with nothing but our single ship, our ingenuity, and our faith in the Emperor."
Yeah, we crawled zogging crump to gitz.
Enjoy your victory meal. We will have more to discuss later, but for now, celebrate.
Good stuff. You! Gizmek just like turns his head to look at one of the guys next to him. Feed me!
Yeah, it's like some random like maybe like the rat catcher or something, like nods and like picks up like a piece of meat off your plate with a giant fork and like puts it up to your mouth.
Just choose.
Yeah. So now all that's left is to figure out what the fuck happened in this system, and we'll leave that to next time.
Hey,
Now that you
mean-
guys have
Everyone.
cleared out the orc menace.
Yeah. Do we want to
Everyone.
finish the session here, or do we also want to quickly?
I think
do
we
work
can
like
call it
stuff?
here. Honestly,
Everyone is so tired, and like I'm like fading fast. So this is probably
Fair.
yeah, we have like
I mean,
3
that
hours
last
of
speech was
sleep
more
between the
me.
lot of us.
The last speech was more me like trying to like act tired because like Holtz is like bruised and still recovering. So
yeah. But
yeah.
but me and Gizmek, me and Trisky can't like sleep right now. So we're both
Yeah,
so
no, I
tired.
understand completely.
Yeah.
All right, if you want to do closing out, Trisky.
Hi. Thank you, everyone, once again for joining us for Unlucky Rolls. I do appreciate you coming by and watching with us. This has been another episode in our Wrath and Glory campaign of the Blackstone Tales. And we crumped a git eventually. But with that in mind, hopefully we will see you next time. We will be live with this campaign again next Saturday. And tomorrow is our Pathfinder campaign, which should be interesting. Things have been developing there. So with that in mind, thank you very much again. Have a great one.
Bye.